All right, read it.
So, with the revelation of massive and widespread fraud and deception in working closely with the big tech companies, the DNC, and the Democrat Party, do you throw the presidential election results of 2020 out and declare rightful winner, or do you have a new election? A massive fraud of this type and magnitude allows for the termination of all rules, regulations, and articles, even those found in the Constitution. Our great founders did not want and would not condone false and fraudulent elections.
So yesterday this came out. Trump posted this to Truth Social. Disclaimer, I don't support Trump, don't like Trump. He's no better, no worse than Biden in my eyes. They're all tyrants or pieces of shit. I have nothing for him. At the same time, though, I'm not for people spreading bullshit and just spreading bullshit to be spreading bullshit. I've seen this pop up yesterday a bunch of times and heard from different places. Even a little text group we're in, it came up with that too. What he's saying, and when I first read it, I was like, huh? And then I read it again, I'm like, oh, okay. He's not saying that he wants to suspend the Constitution. He's saying that if we allow A to happen, what he's calling a massive fraud, yada, 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 that allows X, Y, and Z to happen. He's not saying that he wants to do that, although he's already done that with what we've seen throughout his 4 years of the presidency. I mean, the Constitution can't be suspended. Government doesn't have the ability. It's like bank robbers saying, "Yeah, we're going to suspend law today in the state of Tennessee." You can't do it. But there's the construct of belief. What do you believe they can do? Martial law. You hear that term thrown around a lot. Martial law. Martial law is an unconstitutional act by government. But government will do whatever you let it do. That's why this place is so screwed up now. It's because it's gone so far, the intent has been lost, and now it's about whatever they don't want. It's no longer about who represents you. It's about whatever is against them. You know, and you see it all the time. I hear the arguments all the time just about voting. Well, I had a guy the other day tell me he votes for who's going to harm him the least amount. I'm like, so you're voting to be harmed? I mean, and I see, I know it, I get it, I understand it, because I was there once. Not there anymore. At the same time, though, at least when people say something, don't just spread it because you were told to. Read it, come to your own conclusion what's being said. Because I think that if he was going to say that, he would just come out and say it. And then who's going to do this? Who is going to suspend the Constitution? The Democratic senators? They have the majority? They're going to do it for Trump? No, that's not what he's saying. He's saying that if we allow this massive fraud to happen and basically do nothing about it, that allows for X, Y, and Z to happen. So, anyway, use your own brain. Come to your own conclusions. Don't just spread the bullshit. Like I said, I've seen that a bunch of times yesterday, and you start asking people what was said, and they can't really tell you, or they don't know, or, you know, they're just, I seen Brian from High Impact Flicks did a video on it. He said the same thing. Look, Trump wants to suspend the Constitution, which I have my issues with Brian. You know, he uses whatever benefits his argument at the time. That's not how I roll. But anyway, just come to your own conclusions and shit about stuff. People don't be the problem. And that's part of the problem. People jumping on bandwagons for no other reason than to just jump on a bandwagon. With everything else going around right now or going on right now, I can see how somebody could misconstrue what was being said. But all it took was one, large media platform to say that, and then everybody repeats it because everybody's stuck in that. Everybody's stuck on that's what he said. Even if you read it for yourself now, after hearing what people said he said, you probably read that. But set that aside for a minute and read it. And like I said, if we allow this to happen, or if this happens, then that allows X, Y, and Z to happen. So anyway, have a good day. Stay safe.